You're getting on me and I'm getting on you.
For sure.
And I don't care how that sounds because I planned it that way. You know, we do something as we roll this up called 10 firsts. It's all silly.
Okay.
It's all just silly buggers. It's a bit cerebral. But
and do we just say what
manage.
first comes to mind?
Yeah, no, it's not.
What gets us into trouble?
You're going to be sued 8 to 9 times. Anyway, you ready? Okay. Number 1. First drink you order.
In my life, first drink or now?
No, just your go-to. But also your first one ever. That'd be good.
Red wine. It's good for you.
That's what I say to myself every night.
Me too.
I say, oh, think of that on the 2 or whatever glasses. Think of it resveratrol. Okay, your first fashion splurge.
Alaïa. And
what color? Black?
It was navy blue.
Yep.
It was the Alaïa store in New York City. I had gone through a breakup. I wanted to feel amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And guess who took me?
Oh my God, I know this, but yes, who? Peggy Lipton, everybody.
Peggy Lipton, the amazing
The late Peggy Lipton.
Who we both shared, picked me up, and we met Isabella Rossellini that day, and the 3 of us went shopping, and Peggy was like, you know what you're gonna do? You are gonna buy yourself the sexiest dress ever made. And we went to Alaïa.
Hang on, something you bought, for any fashion thing you bought for yourself recently to sort of perk yourself up? Or acquired?
Yes, I have bought nothing. It's all for all of us about saving until a friend of mine texted me a link and said, you should get this blouse. It'd be so pretty and cheer you up. And her name was Laura Brown. And I did it, and I got one for my daughter.
And don't you feel pretty in that blue one?
I do.
I got the blue
blouse, and I got her peach blouse, and they make us feel very good.
Like little garden sprites. First piece of advice your mother gave you.
Keep your eyes on your own paper. And that's been the most important advice I think I've gotten.
So just essentially stay focused.
Essentially, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You're on your own path. From 3rd grade classroom to relationships to success to parenting, it's incredible wisdom.
Give me the accent. She'd say it in.
Oh, girl, keep your eyes on your own paper. Something like that.
First on-screen kiss.
The first on-screen kiss was probably Mask. Peter Bogdanovich movie.
The Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz.
And I was a blind girl. He played Rocky Dentist, true story about a boy with a disease called Lionitis. I think that was my first kiss on screen.
And that would be a very LD kiss on screen. It wouldn't be like Laura Dern in Sweet Valley High, the movie. Nope.
Yeah, it's of course.
Mask. Yeah. You're so on brand. Okay, first time you owned your shit. Like, personally, professionally, or when you knew what you had.
Well, own my shit as a flawed person, probably this year, hold up with teenagers confronting you with your parenting flaws. This is the first time where I'm like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I don't blame you. No, I get it. That was a huge mistake. I mean, just there's no one to defend you. There's no one to bounce
You're
off.
crawling at the windows.
So I'm like, yep, I get everything wrong. You're absolutely right. So that's the personal. Professional, I would say I remember the joy that I had on Citizen Ruth. We were doing a scene with Alexander Payne. It was his first feature, and he was trying to get at something, which was this sort of like childish tantrum of the character in a very specific way, and it had to be comedic and incredibly emotional. And we kept going and we kept going and we kept going. And I think we didn't get it right until like maybe the 10th or 11th take. And I remember feeling so excited about not getting it right. Because every time I was, it was off, it was getting me closer to what he was hearing or needed. And it was just that moment of egoless fun of a process you love, whatever your art is, whatever your profession is, when you challenge yourself to get into the joy of mistake instead of just constant insecurity, because if you're in that, you're never going to be a risk taker, right? That was, I think that was the moment where I thought, oh, wow, okay, I own this. Like, I'm really comfortable not getting it right in this part of my life.
Only you see, back to your abhorrent, frankly, lack of cynicism, disgraceful lack of cynicism. You're one of the few people who would go, oh, this isn't right 9 times, and not just go, but to go, oh, no, I mean, to embrace that. A lot of other people would be like, why can't I get it right?
But what's amazing, and I think really challenging for women, is owning our gifts and celebrating them and trusting them without feeling on a societal level that we're supposed to say, oh no, I'm not very good at that, or I don't know how to do that because that's ladylike. Please, ladies first, let's talk about what's ladylike, which is owning your abilities.
Yes.
And owning your flaws and knowing the difference of when you get it right and when you're off the mark. And that's got humility in it. That's not, we need that in order to advance.
But that's honestly what you and I talk about a whole lot is ownership, and what you earn that. And as you progress, you have more and more ownership. And it doesn't matter if it's always the greatest achievement. It's just like you have more solidity over who you are. And then it builds you. You'll get more edified because you own more things. And you knew enough to own that 9 or 11 takes you weren't quite there.
Yeah, or that parenting is not a profession. and there's no degree. And it's so weird that even to one's own kids, it's like, how dare you say that? I didn't do that. It's like, well, how is that conscious parenting? I mean, you can't admit to your own children when you don't know the answer or you can't get it right. And in this time when we're together 24/7, I've surrendered. I've been beaten into submission.
I'm 4 foot tall. But no, I have a new adage that I've just come up with in the last month or so. With all of this COVID, all this pressure cooker, all this stuff, always in the house, I was just like, just clear the lowest bar every day.
I love it.
Just low one.
Yeah.
Just a little blippette.
The sink is empty.
And with the sink is empty. The wine
counters
bottles
are wiped down. The wine bottles are recycled.
Recycled, but they're making clink, 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 clink. Oh, they're still going. Clink, 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 clink.
Oh my God, Laura.
Anyway, clink, clink. All right. First joke you remember.
Knock jokes.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first knock?
Maybe the impatient cow.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. How do you do it?
Hang on.
Knock. Okay. Who's there? Impatient cow.
Impatient cow who?
Woo! Yeah.
No, you're not. You were too patient.
That's not one of my skills.
Laura Dern, patient cow.
It's going to be on my bio.
Secret of this Oscar winner.
Told by InStyle.
Oscar winner comment. Patient cow,
InStyle
Laura
cover.
Dern.
Patient cow, Laura Dern. It's going to be, then the photos are going to be really sexy.
First date.
I think the very first date was with an actor who was doing a TV show with my mom. Mm-hmm. And he asked me to the movies. I want to say we were like 14. Do you
remember what movie it was?
Yeah, Elephant Man, a David Lynch movie. Isn't that crazy? crazy? My first date was going to see a David Lynch movie. I'd forgotten that.
You go see
Laura
Oliver
Brown gets it out of you. And then we
first-
went to Hamburger Hamlet and had hot fudge cake.
Your first date was Elephant Man. Your first kiss was The Mask.
So my career is not a surprise.
First thing you do or eat if you're stressed out.
If I'm stressed out,
Mhm.
bakery goods for sure.
They're delicious.
Stress and being gluten-free do not work well together, which I've been attempting. It's
Why?
not great. No. Some doctor told me, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. All I know is it ain't fun.
Yeah,
I could
no.
live on a baguette with some goat cheese and like honey drizzled on it, and then move to a pasta. Have
I'm
a
sorry.
muffin in the morning or croissant. That's a good diet.
Lastly, first thing you'll do when this God-forsaken, goddamn, accursed pandemic is done with.
The first thing that I would dream of doing is gathering a group of amazing women to have a beautiful meal with like 14 of us. I mean, that's what I probably miss the most is the sort of the sisterhood of like a collective group. I love men.
Sure.
Please. I love them. And I want to see them a lot. And I want to hang out with many. But
I'd like to see a lot of men.
I would like to see a lot of men. But that might be the first thing I would like to do. Also to just sit together in community to sort of go, oh my God, what has this been like for you? How are you?
Yeah.
And we've done a little bit of that on Zoom, but as we know, it's not the same. So I really look forward to that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna climb on people. Just random ones. And put them on my lap. You're getting on me and I'm getting on you.
For sure.
And I don't care how that sounds because I planned it that way.
That's the way she decided to close this interview.
Before I knew you, I had infinite admiration and respect for you. And honestly, it's times 1 million since we've spent more time together. And you have an incredible openness, desire, lack of cynicism, and a way of really wanting to experience things that others would be jaded by or not as invested in. So that's what puts that pep in your step. That's what makes your performances absolutely gluey and what makes you a tremendous mum and a great mate. So,
well, bless you, amazing goddess and friend. Having a voice in this world really matters, and we better use it and to lift each other up. And you do that for me every day, my friend.
I'm lifting you up right now.